Alrighty guys, we're back for some Mondrak Duplimancy, and this is a Wilds of Eldraine standard brew. We're going to go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, for anyone who may not know, I'm Red Cat and I play aggro decks and any decks with the red in them as well, so I hope that sounds fun to ya. Also, we do got that Discord link as well as that Patreon link down in the description if you're interested in joining either of those up. Speaking of that Patreon, this was a patron suggestion, so thank you so much for the suggestion. It's gonna be a fun one. It's based around Vesuvan Duplimancy. This is a 4-mana enchantment. Whenever you cast a spell that targets only a single artifact or creature you control, create a token that's a copy of that artifact or creature, except it's not legendary. Really neat card, guys. It's gonna pair beautifully with Mondrak, Glory Dominus. It's a 4-mana 4/4 legendary creature. If one or more tokens would be created under your control, twice that many of those tokens are created instead. So that could be absolutely insane. And we have so many terrific things that we would not mind duplicating in this deck. So let's start by going over all the creatures that are just like terrific to copy, like Chrome Host Seedshark, for example. We have 3 of them in here. It's a 3-mana, 2/4, rock and flying. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you incubate X, where X is that spell's mana value. The incubator tokens go a very long way, guys. I'm actually shocked we don't see more Chrome Host Seedshark as it is, because it seems like just a terrific creature all around. But yeah, copying some of these, getting more of those in the air, and then continuing to just create multiple incubator tokens every time you cast something out, or even more incubator tokens, because of course those work with Mondrak as well. So yeah, gonna be a solid one in here. Werefox Bodyguard also, we really don't mind duplicating this at all, do we? So this is a 3-mana, 2/2, rock and flash, and when it ETBs, exile up to one other target non-fox creature until Werefox Bodyguard leaves the battlefield. Nice. Has that bottom ability as well. For 1 and a white, sacrifice Werefox Bodyguard, you gain 2 life. Realistically, you only activate that if like the opponent's going to remove it anyways, right? And you happen to have the open mana, but I don't think I've actually ever activated that bottom ability yet. Yeah, I don't think I have, but maybe I have and I just don't remember. Anyways, more creatures. Stormchaser Drake. This is a 2-mana, 2/1, rock and flying. And when it becomes the target of a spell you control, draw a card. Beautiful, gonna fit that theme very nicely in here. And we also have Cheeky House Mouse. This is a 1-mana, 2/1. That's it, but it has that adventure side. Squeak by. It is sorcery speed. Target creature you control gets +1/+1 until end of turn. It can't be blocked by creatures with power 3 or greater this turn. Yeah, dude, pretty solid, I would say, especially for a build like this where sometimes, you know, you miss the mark with creatures and you only end up getting cards that target your creatures. Well, this is both. So yeah, I think it's going to be perfect in here, dude. Is that all the creatures already? Yes, it is, but we do have more ways to actually duplicate those creatures outside of Duplimancy. We have C double here on the top end. This is a 4-mana instant speed. It can't be copied. You choose one of these, but if an opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard, you may choose both. So you can either copy target spell, you may choose new targets for the copy, and a copy of a permanent spell becomes a token, so that could be interesting if you have like the Mondrak on the board, right? Or you could choose this bottom ability, create a token that's a copy of target creature. You can obviously target your opponent's creatures as well, but pretty much everything in here you don't mind duplicating, right? So, except for the Mondrak, because this card in particular doesn't get rid of that legendary ability. Either way, if you have that Mondrak on the board and you're creating multiple tokens off of C double, then that could be absolutely disgusting. It's going to be interesting to see how much this top end card actually does in here. So what else do we have in here that actually targets single creatures as well? Well, we have Homestead Courage, all 4 of them. It's 1-mana sorcery speed. It does have flashback for 1 white mana as well. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. It gains vigilance until end of turn. And let me tell you what, guys, that vigilance goes a very long way. We have some protection spells in here. A couple Loran's Escape. This is a 1-mana instant speed. Target artifact or creature gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Then you also get to scry 1. Nice. Rocking a single slip out the back here, 1-mana instant speed. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, then it phases out. Sometimes you need to protect at least one of your creatures from like a board wipe or something. Slip out the back is the way to do that. We have Take Up the Shield. This is a 2-mana instant speed. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Gains lifelink and indestructible until end of turn, and that lifelink can go a long way against certain decks like mono red or something. So we have all 4 Valorous Stance in here, acting as a protection spell as well as a way to get rid of like Shieldred and stuff. So 2 mana, instant speed, you choose one. Target creature gains indestructible until end of turn, nice. Or destroy target creature with toughness 4 or greater, which is a whole bunch of different creatures. So beautiful, beautiful card, man. Is that everything already? Wow, nice. All right, all the dual land over here. I do think it's going to be pretty greedy between the double white on Mondrak, double white on Bodyguard, double blue, but also just like in general in a deck like this that likes to keep cards open and stuff, like protection spells, then you often need a lot of dual land. 24 total land. Do have a Soaring City and a Seat of the Empire leaning a little bit towards the plains because that's what the deck is a little bit leaning towards. We also have some honorable mentions over here. Some cards that actually made the patrons list but didn't make my list, like Illuminator Virtuoso. I love Virtuoso so much, but I just wanted to try something a little different today. But man, this would be a sick one to go ahead and copy with that Duplimancy out on the board and everything too. Like that double strike goes a real long way. This cleans up games like way sooner than the opponents would ever like too. So, you know, honorable mentions for a reason, right? Brutal Cathar could also be pretty sick here. It could be either or. I would say maybe we even want a couple Brutal Cathars on top of having the bodyguards in here as well, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe we'll talk more about this in the final thoughts. Thought about Stroke of Midnight at the very least as like a one of. Worst comes to worst, you could potentially target one of your own non-land permanents and generate a human or two if you have like Mondrak on the board too. Outside of that, just seems like a really solid way to remove whatever the heck you want, right? And then giving the opponent just a 1/1 after taking out one of their non-land permanents, like a Planeswalker or something. Yeah, I just feel like this is relatively solid removal. We don't get to see it too often. Honorable mentions for a reason. Micromancer also made the patrons list as well. Could be a really cool choice for this deck. Just not this time around. I wanted to try out C double as one of the 4 drops as well. So. And then Twining Twins almost made my list as well, but I think that if I added this, then I would have wanted to go more of the ETB route as well. And there's some other creatures that we would want to add for the ETB effects too, and then I feel like the whole build would just be a little bit different at that point. So, yep, not this time around, huh? Okay, guys, I believe that's everything. Relatively simple build, huh? Let's go ahead, take it into some ranked, and see how we do. Right into that first match, guys. Beautiful stuff. It took like a second, maybe. What am I expecting from the list? Fun. I'm expecting a ton of fun, dude. I think this list looks sweet. Oh, opponent goes first. Pretty slow. We do have 1s and 2s in here that we wouldn't mind seeing. You know what? I'm gonna keep it though. We have Duplimancy in hand at the very least. Okay, get Coast down. Restless Cottage, Forest, Scrap Forger. We should be scared. We should definitely be scared here. Alright, we'll get the Wastes down. Drake was a terrific draw, dude. Yeah, just playing something every turn is going to matter, especially if they're ramping into things. Oh, Jund. Alright, well, Drake is probably going to die. Jund has answers for days, dude. And Terra Sunder is making an appearance in everyone's build recently, so we have to anticipate Terra Sunder taking out that Duplimancy as well. Okay, it was Stomper for the turn. They still have Scrap Forger open if it wants to be like a cut down for Drake. Maybe we can get Plains, and then Bodyguard hitting Stomper isn't great. They might hit the Scrap Forger, or maybe it should just be Seedshark for the turn. We'll start with the swing. And Cut Down doesn't hit Seedshark, but it does hit Bodyguard. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't really know what we're playing against right now. No cards that target in hand, no extra, like, protection spells in hand either, so... Vorinclex, oh my goodness, dude. That is 2 turns too early, and that is the power of ramp sometimes, huh? Alright, they go ahead and grab a Proving Ground and a Headquarters. And Vorinclex has Reach as well, so... Ooh, Cheeky House Mouse. That's good stuff, dude. You guys think we take a turn to set up and see how much we can pull off? I don't know, man. I don't know. We might want to go Bodyguard. And then, I mean, we could squeak by that Vorinclex regardless with one of them if we don't do that. All right. We're going to take a turn to set up because I believe we are in danger regardless. So no attacks because both of them get taken out by Vorinclex easily. Yeah, that bottom squeak by here, it can't be blocked by creatures with power 3 or greater. It can squeak right by that Vorinclex when it comes time. At this point, though, the opponent's probably just going to play a big, beefy thing every turn, and so they're probably going to start swinging in. Okay, Stomper. That's going to be the 7th land, so both Stompers can attack and block. Stomper, oh my goodness, dude. How do we want to do this? If we see a land... Okay, so first of all, we're going to go no blocks. We're down to 10. We're like super duper in trouble regardless if we can't pop off here. Okay, I was going to say if we see a land, then it might be Duplimancy and then the Cheeky House Mouse ability. Fortunately, that doesn't give like Vigilance or anything. So it won't be the Duplimancy. We could go C double on any of their creatures too. We could grab a Vorinclex as well. Give me 1 second, opponent. This is going to be a turn to think things through. In other words, we're like dead next turn, huh? Werefox Bodyguard, pick up whatever they're swinging with. This is sorcery speed, unfortunately. Alright, guys. It's going to be Cheeky House Mouse onto the Drake and see what we draw because land would be terrific. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Duplimancy number 3, not terrific here. Not terrific. So it's going to be another draw on the other squeak by. And let's duplicate the Chrome host, I guess, this time around. And then we'll keep the 2 open to power up one of the incubators to be able to block there. I guess. Do we swing for 6? Or are we dead next turn? I guess since we're powering up one of these, we could swing with the Seedshark? Question mark? Yeah, seeing a land off of one of these would have been pretty good because we could have played another chump blocker down and still powered up an incubator. Yeah, only swinging for 1, targeting this first Drake just to get the copy and the draw, but no land, unfortunately. C double could have easily been what we wanted to do that turn as well. But now a land off the top isn't great because now we don't have any like 1-mana cards that target. Because the original thought process there was if we saw that land, Duplimancy, and now we're getting double of those targets instead. Still think we wanted to swing there because we're putting a lot of pressure on the opponent. But as long as they full swing, then we're going to be losing a lot of our creatures anyways. As we're going to be forced to chump a lot, I would say. The Werefox Bodyguard. Yeah, more mana on this board would be terrific. And C double has options for days, dude. Like, we could have kept the C double open in case they played like an Atraxa for the turn, right? Because they have so much mana over there. So not doing that could have been super bad. Like a Breach the Multiverse, for example. Oh my goodness, my poor C double's always chilling in hand, dude. The last time we played C double, a Breach the Multiverse dropped in this like exact same scenario. Oh my goodness, man. So that probably wouldn't have been something I would have done anyways, though. Realistically, I was trying to do as much as possible here anyways. Okay, Bodyguard probably hits a token. Atali, man, they're actually just going to take the actual Chrome Host Seedshark here. See what they hit with the Atali as well, because if they hit like another terrific thing, like another Bodyguard would be awful. Terra Sunder picks up the Duplimancy. Oh no, guys. So if I would have thought about it early in the last turn, like about keeping that C double open for their turn, then maybe maybe we would have had a good chance. Copy the Breach the Multiverse. And see double. Well, now that the opponent has 10 cards in the grave, we get both of the abilities on the C double, but it's like super over. Oh, they found one of our Duplimancies off of the Atali. I doubt they have anything in the build to utilize that, but still, it's a cool grab. Exiling our Mondrak. And then they actually go Tear Asunder on another creature here. Okay. Okay. Right, so we power this up. We're at 10. So if we take out Vorinclex and then Trump Tier, we go down to 2. I mean, we're like super dead either way. So if we like spread out the blocks, take out a Stomper. If we take out 2 Stompers, then we take 10 damage for the turn. And if we spread out the blocks, then we're taking 6 instead of 8. I think this is a little better, right? I think that's totally fine. What did we... Did we take 9 damage that turn? Not sure what I was missing there. Mondrak. Well, at least we saw a lot of our... Alright, first of all, we keep C double open, because maybe they get greedy and play stuff before... before combat. Which would be pretty fun, right? Like, maybe they have a second Breach the Multiverse, and they're like, let's get as crazy as possible. And then we're just like, C double, copy your Atali, copy the card you play. We can also... Yeah, dude, C double could be wild. Oh, they're going right into combat, unfortunately. All right, let's see. So, still copying the Atali is really sick. Actually, yeah, too bad Mondrak wasn't on the board. Although, we would just get 2 Atali effects because it is legendary, so... Alright, C double, let's see it. Atali? Oh no, the Pain Land! Oh no! GG opponent. Did I have fun that game? I mean, technically I did. I had too many 4-drops in hand, though. Oh man. That's a silly question to ask me most of the time, because generally speaking, I pretty much enjoy all the games. The only games I don't really enjoy a whole lot are the games where like I don't see mana for like 10 turns in a row, or I get super flooded for like 10 turns in a row, you know what I mean? Which I think everyone's in the same boat with that. Other than that, as long as I'm actually getting to play cards, that's kind of the whole point of the game. Right, so the opponent goes first. I'd call this hand worse than the last one, but I'm not entirely sure why I would call it worse. I guess we keep this. Same concept, lots of 1s, lots of 2s we could draw into. Opponent, get out of my hand. No, my take-up shield. Okay, I suppose we're safe to just play the coast. With our current land setup here. Okie dokies, I'll play the plains. And then Deserted Beach next turn for the Chrome Host Seedshark. Luckily, the opponent is going pretty slow over there too. Trespasser. Could be scary. Seedshark is definitely on the chopping block here. Based on what we're up against, right? A lot of spot removal in mono black mid-range, which I'm assuming it's mid-range based on those first 3 turns. Liliana, okay. So if we go turn 4 Mondrak, they know we have it. When they go plus next turn, we have plenty of land to discard to this. Oh, plenty of land to discard to this, huh? I suppose we attempt the Mondrak, since if it's Liliana number 2, they'll at least one of the Lilianas is gone, right? They could still +1 first and then play the second one. Mondrak blocks better against Trespasser, because yeah, I guess we attempt the Mondrak here, since we have the mana for it. There's a couple reasons to go Seedshark instead, like one of them being like anticipating spot removal, right? And maybe we'd rather have Mondrak on the board longer in the mid game. But honestly, probably not, since Seedshark can help us get those incubator tokens. We can successfully ditch the wastes without any worries at all. Oh, nice. Yeah, 2-drop here is good, because we need to get, before the Liliana lockdown happens, we need to get a couple creatures on the board, because now they can't successfully... Oh, well, okay. I still think they go +1 on the Liliana here, though, but yeah, we need to get a couple creatures on the board for sure. No, they go -2. We have nothing, guys.
Off you go.
However, they're out of cards in hand as well. One Liliana took out 2 things. The Sheoldred's Edict would have gotten around our protection anyways. The cutdown wouldn't have, though, but... Alright, we play the planes for sure, because there's a chance that they see, like, another Liliana off the top. Graveyard Glutton, slowly but surely, wearing us down. No blocks. Down to 3. Gonna be a Sheoldred? No, it's gonna be a Swamp. Oh no, Duplimancy. Darn, yeah, we're gonna be forced to block the Glutton. Got picked apart this game for sure, guys. And the extra mana actually really did a thing. Oh, they found spot removal off the top. Well, good game, opponent. Didn't get to do too much there. If I would have played the creatures in a different order, absolutely nothing would have happened, huh? Yeah, the take-up shield realistically only would have done a thing. First of all, we would have had to have the mana open. But their sacrifice effects, the slip out the back would have been the best removal spell for all those sacrifice effects, right? Which again, I guess it depends what kind of meta you're running into, right? If you're seeing a lot of that, which I'm not actually. I'm not seeing a lot of mono black mid-range. I'm really not. How about you guys? What are you running into most? Honestly, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm running into most. I brought it up in the last couple videos too. I'm seeing a pretty good variety of things. I guess like we're still seeing like a lot of mono red, seeing some soldiers, seeing some mono white aggro, which is cool. Okay. Yes, opponent goes first, but yes, this is a good hand, I would say, because we have the creature and we have the protection for the creature and ways to draw off of that creature too. Yeah, this is good. All right, we'll start with that. Deserted Beach. Now the question is, do we wait till turn 3 so we have that protection? And that comes down to what we're playing against. Esper Legends I've been seeing a good amount of too, but honestly not too much. Not too much to where it's annoying. But I guess we are seeing a lot of that. I guess we are seeing a lot of 5-color too, but again, not too much to where it's annoying. I just feel like there's a decent variety overall, guys. You guys let me know, how's your standard been treating ya? As brutal as it is, it's a tough uphill battles constantly. But, all right, let's try that Drake. Since we drew the second one, right? Other words, I might have waited till turn 3. But now we have that turn 3 Drake with protection open anyways, so that's good stuff. Oh, yeah, no protection open anymore, dude. That's expensive protection. Yeah, regardless of how tough Standard's been, I'm just seeing like a decent variety, man. And like every now and then I'll go up against someone's like insane, like really cool mid-range build or something. Yeah, we go ahead and take that. Plaza's open for white or blue, so no cut down. They don't have a legendary black card on the board. Cheeky House Mouse, beautiful, dude. I don't mind seeing that at all. Thalia doesn't get picked up by anything here. I'd love to just go like Stormchaser Drake number 2 and keep a 1-drop open, but Thalia's taxing us. Maybe we still play this anyways. Maybe we just play Cheeky House Mouse too. Probably not though, right? Probably not. I don't know. Like I want to use that ability, but getting a creature down could go a long way against this deck too. All right, I'm gonna end the turn. The Thalia tax can be super rough against certain builds, and this is definitely one of those builds that it taxes hard. So Like, even if we see a Duplimancy off the top, we won't be able to play it until that Thalia's gone. And they know we don't have protection open because, yeah, go for the throat for one of the Drakes. Still, Plaza of Heroes probably going to be nothing here. Going for the swing. Down to 13. Yeah, since Plaza can't tap for a black source, it's probably not a cut down. Deserted Beach? I'm actually not mad to see that. Alright, 2 mana Courage, and then Loran's Escape open is probably the best thing we could do, right? Deserted Beach, okay. If we go like Cheeky House Mouse, we get a bigger swing. Just by, we'd get 4-3 instead of 3. And we'd get another draw, but I think it's Loran's Escape, right? I think so. That is a 3-2 that blocks as well, so we could have a pretty cool combat trick here. Potentially, right? If they swing, might have a chance of taking out that Thalia because of the Indestructible. 2 cards remaining in hand, and they have not discarded with that Rona yet because they've been swinging. Alright, we're going to try this, man. We're going to try the block. Seat of the Empire could easily be the removal. On top of the stack of the seat, we do Loran's Escape then. That's what I'm thinking. See what they do. Nothing. Alright, Loran's Escape. Hopefully on top of the stack for Loran's Escape, they don't go Seat of the Empire, right? Could have been either or. Come on, no seat. Yes, Loran's Escape off the top. Do I like that? I think I like that on top. Thalia will be gone, so everything's getting a little cheaper. So yeah, just more. Wow, no play from the opponent. I guess we have to anticipate like a Wandering Emperor then, right? 5th land hitting the board. Start with Homestead Courage. Yep, resolve. Yeah, still 2 cards in hand, like, we have to be prepared for anything. Luckily, Wandering Emperor won't actually do much here because of the Vigilance on Homestead Courage, so Seat of the Empire's sick. It's a good draw, dude. Yeah, at this point, if we're seeing land, then at the very least it needs to be utility land, because we don't need much more now. Still have enough mana. I wonder if we keep C double open. I don't think so. I think we go for it, man. We're going for it. And then we'll make sure to have 2 open in case they drop like a second Thalia next turn. Although you'd think that would have been what they did last time. This 5 open, dude, it's gotta be like a Wandering Emperor or something. Or Urtai. Urtai Resurrected has flash, doesn't it? So okie dokies, we have Cheeky House Mouse to play after combat. Not going to be anything from the opponent. 5 gets through. Okay. Cheeky House Mouse coming down. We have Valorous Stance available. And Loran's Escape. Alright. Anything from the opponent? Nothing from the opponent, guys. I wonder... Okay, Dennick's going to come down. They're going to activate Rona. They're going to activate the Rona this time around. See what they discard here. Skrelv. Okay, maybe it's like another Rona in hand too or something. Maybe they just didn't draw very well. Sheoldred. Oh, buddy. Valorous Stance hits Sheoldred pretty well, but... oh, they have Skrelv. They have Skrelv to protect the Sheoldred. I guess... What do we do then? What do we want to do here? We could scry to see what happens. Let's go scry. Let's do that. Because there's a chance that we could wrap up the game before the Sheoldred actually does a thing. Activating Rona. Oh, they're going to go ahead and gain 2 off of it. I see, I see. Yeah, that makes sense to me. And they hit a Dennick, too. Is that what they ended up discarding there? Okay, yeah, ditch the beach. We don't need that anymore. Yeah, the Sheoldred is very scary. We could always see double. We could. That is a possibility. And we'd want to see double like the Sheoldred before we drew, so we gained some life back, but yeah. Okay, well, every time we draw off of Drake, we're getting punished by the Shieldred. That was a very, very good draw from the opponent. And if we target the Shieldred at all with Valorous Stance, then they have Skrelv as protection. Give me 1 second, opponent. Let me think through this a little bit here. Since they're back up to 12 too, like we're just like in danger in general. Maybe the best play was actually the C double at the beginning. Yeah. Yeah, maybe it was. Okay. Okay, I guess we'll still do it. I think that we need to stop the punishing effects of Shieldred. Is it going to be the Skrelv? Because if it's the Skrelv on top of the stack, we have Valorous Stance. They didn't want to give us the Shieldred. Alright. It took 6 mana, but Shieldred's gone. We have a blocker on the ground and we're going in the air here. Because I think we can keep up. I really do. I think we can. Skrelv is brutal, though. That extra protection on the board. Wait a minute. Skrelv could be a good one-of in this deck, huh? As extra protection. There's the Dennick from the grave. It's a 3-2. It doesn't have lifelink, luckily, but it does have flying, so it gets around the Drake. But a big part of that turn was to not get super punished. Oh, I'm definitely blocking that Skrelv, dude. Oh, yeah. Taking 3 down to 5. Skrelv is off this board. That could be huge for us, man. Investigate. That could be extra card draw. Anyways, what was I saying? I got completely distracted by the opponent's turn here. Esper Legends is so ridiculously scary, dude. It'd be nice, I guess, to find something to hit that Dennick with since they chump block so well, but... yeah, the big thing was, let's not get punished from drawing off of these Drakes and try to draw as much as possible here. We got a Plains. So we get this Drake above the Dennick, right? See what we see. Second, Stormchaser Drake is probably still pretty good. C double. Wow, okay. That could be interesting. How many cards do they have over there now? Soaring City could bounce the Dennick back to hand. This extra life gain is brutal, though. They have 7 cards in the grave, so we can't activate both of these just yet. Unless that Dennick, once they block, actually gets exiled. And Seat open and Soaring open and the C double. Okay, yeah, so we just go for the swing, and I'm going to keep this Homestead Courage chilling over here for now, for next turn. For next turn's Vigilance, just in case. Okay, swing. Maybe they even take the 5, but yeah, the Vigilance is good. Okay, they're gonna block. I'm gonna keep the seat open. But yeah, having this Drake back is pretty good because they need like some kind of spot removal for it then. And then this will be 4 mana open, so we still have C double. 1 more card in their grave will mean that we can activate both of these, but yeah, not yet, unfortunately. And this time round, if they find a Shieldred, we will activate that C double. Of course, we have to be ready. Like, yeah, this time around, they don't have Skrelv or anything either, so... an intense battle with one of the best decks in the meta, guys, so this is awesome. This is awesome, dude, and we do have lethal in the air if they don't find anything, but we have to be prepared for everything from them. Rafine. Probably activate Rona, right? Probably search... oh, unless they already have something. Copying the Rafine could be sick, but... Shieldred, right. So we see double the Shieldred, right? It's too bad we can't do both of the things. I guess since they have nothing to protect the Shieldred or give it hexproof, I guess we'll let it get onto the board state here first. Alright. Let's see if they end up swinging, which I doubt. They do end up swinging. Okay, on top of the Rafine, we go C double Shieldred to balance out the Shieldred's life gain. That's brutal stuff, man. Absolutely brutal. And now they do, of course, now we could do both things. but it was still worthwhile here, I would say, right? Great blocks. Yeah, we wouldn't have wanted to keep all that back at all. We could bounce the Shieldred back to hand. That could be pretty good. Because we'll gain 2 then from that play. Chrome Host Seedshark is pretty good. We get the other Stormchaser Drake above, and then we're gaining even more from that too. This is pretty insane, dude. Yeah, so now we can full swing really successfully here. Guess we play the island, right? Doing great, man. Doing terrific. Back up to 9. That's 9 damage going through to the opponent. Down to 1. Come on, guys. Let's get there. This is an intense battle. They have Shieldred in hand. They have Dennick to play. We can power up Incubator next turn, and we do have Seed of the Empire. They drop the GGs. Oh, we have Shieldred on the board. What am I even thinking, dude? Good game, opponent. Good game. Really good game. That was a fun one, man. 36 minutes in. Let's go ahead and get one more match in. That was awesome, dude. You know, going up against like a top tier deck like that. And actually coming out on top at the end feels good. Feels great. Feel like our deck really did a thing. Would there have been potential for better, more optimized plays? Yes, their first Shieldred, the C double, while it was on the stack, would have been pretty good, probably. And maybe we actually would have wrapped up the game a little sooner had we done that, but at least it all worked out in the end, right? Opponent goes first, okay. Right. Yes, yes, yes. So far, like, the opening hands have been a little confusing to me as I'm trying to, like, figure out the lines of play, but we're really trying to... Okay, that's not great. I'm gonna ditch the C double as much as that breaks my heart. I don't want to ditch a land here. Yeah, the opening hands have been a little confusing for me because I'm looking at it like, oh, we don't have protection for our creatures or anything, so... Oh, man. The opponent's going for it, huh? Alright, this time I'll ditch a land, because I don't want to lose the Chrome Host. Well, I guess Homestead Courage is fine, because it has flashback. That's a fine one, too. Okay, we can successfully get the island down without any worries. I'll skip the wastes for now. Okay, 3rd mana from the opponent, Witch's Vanity. That takes care of the Drake, no issues. Let's go ahead and get the Chrome Host Seedshark down and hope that it remains on this board state. Because we can't wait a couple turns to have, like, Valorous Stance open. However, we could have waited for this turn to have Valorous Stance open with the Drake, right? So, would have gained Indestructible and got around the Witch's Vanity. Got their food token. Braids comes down, dude. We're in trouble, man. Valorous Stance does not hit the Braids. Homestead Courage on the Seedshark is pretty good. Start flying in the air. Mondrak is better, though, for the turn, right? Oh, man. Yeah, so far the deck needs a serious amount of setup, and the opponents do not like the setup at all, so I don't know if Mondrak's going to survive here, guys. I really don't, but it would be much, much better if it did. Braids is a 4/4 now, so the Wicked Roll is actually detrimental because now the Valorous Stance lands. That's good. We'll lose another one from the Wicked Roll. Mondrak's the target over the Seedshark, I would say. But if they think we have nothing else generating tokens, then I could totally see taking the flyer out of the equation here. They just don't know what else we're actually rocking. You know, Duplimancy off the top means Soaring City could be a land. We play that and then still have Homestead Courage open. Dude, we might actually be able to pull off the insane combo that's packed into this deck. Candy Grapple, GG Mondrak. I think it's Mondrak, right? I think so. Yeah, it was. Hopeless Nightmare. Okay, we're gonna get rid of... Yeah, we're gonna get rid of the Soaring City. We can't ditch that Valorous Stance and for some weird chance of drawing a Duplimancy, right? Because it would be a small chance, even though all 4 of them's in here. Cheeky House Mouse, all right. Get some chump blockers down. Also, if we ditch the Valorous Stance, we wouldn't have removal for the braids, which we're gonna need here. Actually, do we do that now? Probably, yeah. We do it on, wait. Yes, we do it on our turn, because there could be something fancy to where, like, they could, like, have a card where, like, whenever that creature dies, bring it back, or whatever. And then I'm gonna go for the squeak by. We're going for the damage, dude. Down to 4. Because I think we're in trouble either way. And so, maximizing the amount of damage for next turn could be huge, having incubators and whatnot. So being in trouble either way means we do some risky plays to try to maximize how much we're getting through. Right, like Braids number 2, Sacrifice Nightmare would be awful. Any amount of removal for a Seedshark would be awful. Because having this 3/5 is really, really good right now. Which is a reason to maybe keep the Valorous Stance open for their turn, but I don't think so. I think that Braids needed to go right now because we don't all know what's packed into this mono black list over there. It looks like Seedshark is going bye-bye. Oh, Hopeless Nightmare is their sacrifice for the bargain, but the scry goes away because they're just searching for something anyways. I guess at that point, like a Sheoldred, just wait a couple turns, right? I think that would be pretty good. Mana value 4 or less, they could just be finding removal for the Seedshark. Beseech the Mirror, I would grab a Sheoldred, I think, since I'm chilling at 4, right? Just wait a couple turns, right? Or greatly punish me if I try to redo anything. Whoa! What happened? I think I missed what happened there. I saw Virtue of Persistence. Dude, we're full swinging. I don't think it's too often that anything in mono black would have like haste or anything. And again, it could just be more from their hand too. Opponent's at 8 and in danger if they don't have anything. It must have been Virtue of Persistence to hand, so the bargain didn't do anything then. Gix's Command wipes the board, and now we're the ones in trouble. Maybe that's what they grabbed, and it is a 5-mana card. Yeah, like we briefly saw Virtue of Persistence. So, since it's a 5-mana card, it just goes to hand, so the bargain didn't do anything. So it depends on what they wanted to grab then. Virtue of Persistence, and now they start bringing stuff back from the grave, including that Braids, guys. Duplimancy! Dude! Oh man, if that board wipe didn't exist, huh? That really just showcases the power of Beseech the Mirror. Just being able to grab whatever you need to grab, which I'm pretty sure it was the Gix's Command for that turn then. They grab our Seedshark. They drop an Ashiarch. Seedshark gives them a 5 +1/+1 counter incubator, which they can power up, of course, right? Oh man, dude, hey. That's actually a pretty good draw. Pretty much like anything, but it's just, this is going to be a 0/0, unfortunately, the copy. Showcasing why we needed more setup too then. So the Seedshark can successfully block that because it's power 3 or greater with the squeak by. And then we just unfortunately end up losing next turn. There's our Mondrak. Oh man, good game, opponent. Man, that really could have gone either way, huh? Because we established a beautiful board state. Gix's Command cleaning that up really nicely. Power 2 or less hit everything there. And then it was the bottom ability, right? Sacrifices a creature with highest power. I believe, yeah, that is the 2 things they chose. That's why the 3/5 Seedshark ended up dying as well. Found a Candy Grapple, sick deck, opponent. I wonder if that Ashiok is like a 1-of on the top end too. Lord Skitter exiles. They get multiple rats because of Mondrak. That's awesome, dude. Taking our Mondrak and the Seedshark. Did they get multiple incubators? Or was that... Wait. Oh, they didn't have Mondrak on the board before. Wait, am I missing something? Oh, they bargained the duplicate incubator, I bet, to the candy grapple, right? Maybe. Oh no, here it is. Okay, there it is. All right, I'm like over here. I'm just like rambling through the end of the game, and I wasn't paying attention to what was happening. Yeah, very good game opponent. Wow, that really could have gone either way, huh? All right, guys, let's go over the list again. Mondrak Duplimancy. Pretty fun build, man. A lot of setup required. A few things. Where the heck was our Werefox Bodyguard today? Did we even draw it? Maybe we did, but we didn't get a chance to actually get it onto the board, huh? Cheeky House Mouse was awesome. Again, sometimes you just don't get creatures on the board, or all the creatures you get on the board are getting killed anyways, regardless of how much protection you end up having. So like having that creature and the ability to actually target things that works with Duplimancy and of course the Stormchaser Drake, keeping our hand nice and stocked. Really cool. Just a really neat deck concept in general. So thank you so much to the patron again. A very, very awesome suggestion. Very fun. Here's what I would change with my list here. I would drop a C double down to 1. I think it's still totally worth the 1 of. I would drop a Bodyguard down to 3. That gives us 2 things open, and what we want to include is probably just more removal, man. Honestly, more reliable removal could just go a really long way. So that gives us 2 spots. A couple Fateful Absences, yeah, totally. I could totally see that. As a matter of fact, in the honorable mentions over here, we had what? Stroke of Midnight was the card name. So based on what we saw today, of course, is what the final thoughts are for. So yeah, based on what we saw today, just more generic removal could have gone a very long way. I do like Stroke of Midnight as well. Being able to hit any non-land permanent and only giving them a human is totally fine. You could see this as a 1 of easily. So if we're adding this in a Fateful Absence or 2, then we could, let's see, we drop C double down to 1, drop Bodyguard down to 3, drop Valorous Stance down to 3, probably. I like how it's also protection, but it's also removal for important key creatures. But we saw in that last game how that Braids stayed on the board a little longer than we wanted. And if they didn't end up getting that Wicked roll, then the Valorous Stance wouldn't have picked up that Braids, which means the opponent would have won much sooner. Just off of the Braids abilities, right? Cleaning up all their enchantments and whatnot. So... Okay, hold on. Recap, because I'm saying a lot here. So drop down to 1 C double, drop down to 3 Bodyguards, drop down to 3 Valorous Stance, go up a Stroke of Midnight and 2 Fateful Absence. Just like good, solid, reliable removal packed into the build could go a very long way. All 24 land seemed super necessary, and it's too bad, guys. You know, I did originally think this was going to be a super like explosive and aggressive build, but it really felt like it's leaning into the mid-range, and I think that might be the Chrome Host Seedshark's fault, but I would not drop this card at all. I actually think in a lot of those games it was kind of an MVP and had a huge target on its back too, so I do like the 3 of these as well. The deck will look a little cleaner once you go down that Bodyguard as well. Once you do what I said to do, it'll look a little bit cleaner and maybe have a better curve as well. Maybe. I do know one thing. There were some of those games too where the 24 just didn't feel like enough, but I wouldn't go up to 25 either. Overall, with how much setup the deck actually needs, we do have to call it jank, but it was a pretty fun, janky build, huh? Maybe more Loran's Escapes could go a long way too. Again, that really depends what you're seeing, man. And unfortunately, with a deck like this, we are seeing a lot of Thalia in Soldiers and Mono White and Esper Legends. Thalia's everywhere, dude. You know what? Thalia would be a sick ban. I wonder how much that would change the meta up. Probably, well, I was going to say probably not too much, but man, Thalia's in a lot, huh? Anyways, we could consider like a 3rd Loran's Escape or going up that 2nd Slip Out the back too. All these extra protection spells go a long way. The main things I wouldn't drop is like Cheeky House Mouse and Stormchaser Drake are probably like the main key creatures at the, especially when you just need stuff on the board at the beginning. And I just love that Cheeky House Mouse having that adventure too. So Yeah, guys, let me know what you would add or take out down in the comments for sure. If you made it this far into the video, y'all are champions for real. I super duper appreciate you. Thank you again for the suggestion. Very awesome one. I will see y'all in the next video.